What's up, my crypto legends? How is everyone doing today, Saturday? Let's analyze the situation. We're probably not going to see much volatility in between today and tomorrow, but let's analyze the situation to get ready for some potential trading scenarios. So first of all, you know the deal, guys. I need you to absolutely destroy that like button right now, guys. So first of all, just go here, scroll down, smash up the like button. We've got almost over 200 people watching at this moment. Let's get ready, guys. Smash it up, smash it up. I'm going to go quickly through the comment section and talk about what happened yesterday and also what could happen in the next coming hours and days to get ready. We're probably just going to see some sideways action for today and tomorrow. I don't see much volatility happening during the weekend, but we can get ready, take a look at some potential scenarios, get some levels ready, and get ready for that trading scenario. We're going to take a look at Ethereum, S&P 500, and DXY, because the S&P 500 did look like it was losing some support range, but this is not a big breakout. So let's see how we open on Monday on the S&P, and going through the DXY, of course, and your favorite altcoins, of course, we can do that also. So let me just go quickly through the comment section, say hello to see who has joined the live stream. I can see Racing Pixel here, Joseph. Thanks, moderators, for joining the live stream. Very much appreciated. They're insanely supportive. And let's go through here. Who's joining? Gage. Okay, let's go, says Gage Dave. Blasco, let's go. I can smell the bulls. I actually can also have... I'm slightly leaning a little bit more bullish than bearish for the next coming days. And we can go through why I do feel this in just a couple of minutes. Not 1 minute, a few minutes. But I am leaning slightly bullish. I mean, we could have that volatility to the downside, but overall, I do see some pumpy action happening in the coming days. We can analyze that situation on why that could happen. I have a long from 19,200. That's why I'm bullish, says Blasco. Okay. Joseph, hi Andy, how is your weekend? My weekend is absolutely great. Just sat down on the computer for a couple of hours, did a little bit of analysis to see what has happened and what could potentially happen. I longed but got stopped out. 3 minutes volume to the downside, but the strategy didn't work. 3 minute volume to the downside. Okay. All right, we can analyze that situation. Stay cautious with the weekend volume strategies. Right, I can see what what you're talking about here. Stay cautious on the weekend, right? So you probably saw this big support level right over here. But yeah, during the weekends, I would stay extremely cautious with these volume breakdown strategies, all right? On the weekend, I don't usually trade on the weekend because volatility is, strange. You can see massive moves to the upside, to the downside, not really legit breakouts. We have a we did get actually resistance from this trend line. Let me just zoom out here on the trend line. And yeah, stay cautious with weekend trading, guys, okay? We can see the trend line here from higher lows from the 28th of September, as you can see, and getting respected on the 29th here to perfection, and actually getting that really nice consolidation at the trend line, as you can see, of the higher lows, right? We were getting really nice supportedly here this morning, all right, for the last few hours, and we looks like that we did have a nice breakdown with some volume, right? But come on, yeah, this volume is irrelevant. As you can see, it's a very tiny, small volume. If you just zoom in and check out at the weekend volume, of course, weekend volume is extremely low. Even this is very, very low, okay? If you zoom out, you can see, these are big volumes over here. You compare to the big volumes, all right, from the rest of the week, we could see that this one just happened a couple of hours ago, was relatively slow, relatively low. And it is the weekend. Stay cautious with weekend trading. I longed, so I guess you were shorted, right? You longed but got stopped out. I guess you were talking about the short, right, on the 3 minute. Yeah, I mean short, says Alif. Yes. Yeah, stay cautious with this range. If we go to the 15-minute chart, okay, or the 1 hourly chart, we can see that we directly got back in, okay? We got a strong supportive higher low trend line here, as you can see on the chart. So yeah, let's go right away. I mean, I'm going to go through the comment section, read the comments, and then we can go through potential scenarios that could happen. And what happened yesterday. Yesterday's scenario, of course, played to, almost to perfection, you would say. We had a little bit of more volatility to the upside from that 7.8, hitting the 0.88 approximately from this drop. All right, but this is why we have a stop loss. We have a safe level to get stopped out. It finally, came down to the target that we were mentioning yesterday. Let me just go quickly through yesterday's live stream. Where people get a little bit excited, get bullish, and we are likely to correct from this level, potentially to the 618 again from this pump, or even. So that's 618 or even lower. That 618 is exactly at the $19,300 range, which was our take profit level, of course, from this short position. I've taken over 70% of my profit from the short. I was stopped out from the long, but at break even. But this one, I already took over 60% of profits from this long position and got into this short position right over here, already taking over 70% of this short position that we entered on yesterday's live stream, that short, explaining that bearish Gartley pattern that should correct all the way down to the $19,300 range. And this is basically where we are right now. You have time to take profits just in case you do get a reversal, or you might even continue to the downside to take profit too. This is why it's worth to have some position open from this short here from below $20,000 range. So yeah, that played out really, really nicely, hedging my long with this short and more confident in the short here to come down to these levels, just in case I was going to have, this move to the upside and get stopped out there. I've had this long position open just in case, all right, to hedge that potential short getting stopped out with a small percentage. So far, absolutely phenomenal. This was a better setup, of course, better getting stopped out and riding the long. Better to come down, actually, get stopped out at break even and ride these nice, powerful shorts that we talked about yesterday. So where we at right now, we're just getting a little bit of volatility. You can clearly see on the 1 hourly that this is not a clear big breakout with volume, okay? Some people here We need to check out the context, okay? Context, you can see, you know, there is massive wicks here. So this ride over here wouldn't be a very massive big breakdown, okay? I would look for a better move to the downside. With larger volume, of course, all right? If we do zoom in, and if you're trying to short here, this breakdown from these levels, you can clearly see that this is not really a successful breakout. We want to see a big, large break down or up with high volume, okay? High volume is key for that potential short, okay? So it's something to note, all right? This is always what I say. You know, we want big volume backing our big breakout. And yeah, if you want to see this as a breakout, for me, yeah, it's, you know, this is not a big breakout from this low level, all right? Especially with no volume. So there's no big candlestick to the downside, and there's no big volume. Of course, you can get slightly confused if you do take a look at the 3-minute chart, but we always need to look at the context, look at the 1 hourly, and see also if volume is, you know, growing, if it's getting very high. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, of course, yeah, you can get a little confused here with this breakdown. We did get a small rejection right over here. Probably not hitting the 50% fib level. Yeah, just need to be a little bit cautious during the weekend, because weekend can be a little bit of, you know, small volatility inside the range, you know, wicking down a support, wicking above a resistance, and then coming back down. So stay cautious with the choppy action that can be in the weekend, all right? So let me just go through the comment section, and I'm just going to give you my main reason why I think, you know, that, you know, this $19,000 range, right? We can dip back down to 18.8, 18.7, but you know, I do think that we're not going to have a successful breakdown $18,000 in the next coming weeks. I don't see us hitting $16,000. In my opinion, is there a possibility? Of course there is. Of course there is. There is actually high possibility. But if I take a look at this range that we have been trading in between June, July, August, September, right? 4 months, over 4 months here of trading. And we take a look at the value area, right? Trading range. We are basically at the value area low, okay? From the last 4 months, we are getting supported from this range. We are in a very large consolidation. This large consolidation, I don't see weakness on this consolidation. You know, a lot of people might think that this is like getting weaker and weaker and we're finally going to break down. This is telling me that this range is extremely strong and we're holding the level. Remember, this is the all-time high range from 2017. You know, a lot of people, a lot of whales and a lot of big investors are eyeing that level. They are in doubt also, you know, the big whales are in doubt of breaking that level. You know, is it worth having that big breakdown from the all-time high? Or is it going to hold? You know, it's the decision from the whales as well. And, you know, they're kind of holding the range. If we do take a look, you know, at the last 4 months, right, since the beginning of the summer, we are holding the range for the last few weeks here, as you can see. So, you know, this is telling me, that this is holding, and this could be a small accumulation, all right? And we could potentially get, you know, that momentum to the upside in the coming weeks, all right? This is only pure speculation. It's only a prediction. I'm not going to randomly trade a long position at this range. But yeah, that's why I'm leaning slightly bullish in the short mid-term. Of course, this all depends on the stock market. It all depends on the DXY as well. If we do take a look at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is holding by a thread from a support level that if it breaks, we could see a big, massive drop of several hundred points in a very short period of time. This is a very strong support level, okay? These are levels that we've seen traded back in 2020, December of 2020, almost 2 years. We are below those levels. We are at trading levels from 2020 at this moment. You know, this is not a successful breakout. This is why it's extremely important to see what kind of price action we're going to create on Monday, because there could be a massive recovery, all right? There's not a big breakout. Once we break down here, potentially next week, then we'll analyze the situation. Then I do think that we will still have pretty aggressive moves to the downside before we see any type of relief rally. But we're still there. Friday closed slightly beneath this support, but as you can see, this is not a huge breakout. Now Monday, are we going to open with a gap to the downside or a gap to the upside, or are we going to still in the range? This is the thing, we don't really know. If we do open a gap on the S&P 500 to the upside, this is going to be bullish for me. This is going to be relatively bullish. I do see a bullish week next week. If we do have that gap to the upside, of course, we could come down and close that gap, but then overall have a small relief rally to the upside. If we have the gap to the downside, then this is going to be looking quite bearish. We could ultimately recover and close the gap, potentially Monday or Tuesday, and then have, massive continuation to the downside. So Monday is going to be an important day for me to take a look at the stock market to decide what kind of trades I am going to take on Bitcoin. Scalped $531 win tonight, woohoo, says Wog. Absolutely phenomenal. Hello Joseph and Racing Pixel, thanks for joining the live stream. Let me go through the comment section right away. Still believe it won't break past the massive 1 year long resistance line. There's no bullish news at all for the next 6 months. Potentially Ethereum, we can take a look at Ethereum right away. Dear Andy, could you tell me your top 5 harmonic patterns? Well, I would say Gartley number 1, of course, then the crab pattern, then we got cipher, and we got bat pattern also. Many other ones. Gartley number 1, you see many Gartleys on Bitcoin, and we can, I've traded a couple of Gartley patterns this last week. If you haven't, if you have been joining the latest live streams, you know that we talked about this one right over here, which was insanely successful. This was the best trade I did this week, which was on the 26th of September. We had this small Gartley pattern on the 5-minute chart, hitting the 7-8 to perfection here, getting massive supported from this large consolidation that we had over here. And rode some of my position. All right, it was about 40%, 30-40%. I can't remember exactly right now after the last few trades, but this one turned out absolutely beautifully. Closed over 20-30% of the rest of the trade. I did have some small position open here, and obviously got stopped out immediately. This is the thing: if you don't take profits consistently on your way up, then you can always leave a small position just in case it does pump more. We were relatively bearish at over $20,000, but then came straight back down to this low. Look at this massive liquidity grab from this low over here. It's absolutely insane how trading sometimes is just plays out here. It's absolutely insane. Look at this wick here, just to dip below these lows over here, which was the entry of that long, to get stop out everyone. Just imagine longing from this range and not taking profits, or just imagine people longing here, getting a little bit bullish. A lot of people longing at this range, no doubt at all. Of course, we could see the footprint of many late longs all the way up there, and of course you get this big massive liquidation event. So that was a very successful long position on the 26th of September on the live stream. This was a live trade. This was traded on the live stream. The entry was in the live stream. Wake up next morning and we were all the way up here, which was absolutely phenomenal. What other trades from this week? We're just going to do an overview, and then we can do some analysis, guys. But what other trades were there this week? We had this descending triangle, also followed by a bullish Gartley. So it was short here to follow this movement to the downside to this support, and long this range over here. I only managed to enter the short. I know some people did manage to enter that long. And of course, there was yesterday's trade. I longed right over here, took most of profits here at the 7-8 from this drop. And then we had, the bearish Gartley pattern from yesterday, hitting that 7-8 and even having that volatility. And I'm still actually in a small percentage, about 30% from that short position still live. Remember guys, I trade on Bybit and also on PrimeXBT. Remember that you do have insane bonuses down below in the description. On Bybit, $4,380 can be claimed at the rewards hub once you sign up, and also on PrimeXBT, up to $7,000 worth of bonus. You basically get 7% added to your deposit with Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. This is another way to support the channel for me to continue also on YouTube, because I do get a small commission on that, of course, but you get the best bonus. So, and we're looking for these trading opportunities like always, guys. It has been a massive week. It is the weekend. I'm a little bit chilled at the moment, so maybe this is going to be a disappointing live stream, but we're probably not going to see much volatility. We can talk about potential levels that we can hit and get rejected with this sideways action, all right, right away in just a couple of minutes. But overall, I've had a very successful trading week, guys, as I've been showing you on the live streams for the last few days. Basically we got this trade right over here, riding a high percentage also to the upside. We've also got this short over here. There was a long also right there, this long over here, and also this short over here. So it's been a relatively very good trading week for me. Let's go through the comment section right away. We can take a look at some altcoins if you wish to see, what are important levels, what could happen. Andy, this market is confusing right now. Lol, yes it is, the mighty mustache. It is very much, but overall, let's try and trade the confusion, right? I'm trading this confusion market. I did see many people in the Telegram group saying, that this was going to roll down. A lot of people were bearish at this level. I was actually long in this range. It's, pretty curious. And then people getting euphoric with this pump, saying, hey, we're pumping in the Telegram group, and, actually shorting this range. So you can see that the psychological interaction there with, how most of the retail thinks. I am a retail also, but we're trying to understand, the potential patterns and how to trade this manipulated market, right? How do the whales trade? How do the whales look for that liquidity? And we want to look for that liquidity with the whales. Cheers from Cyprus. Hello. Did anyone short? Let me know in the comment section. Anybody that is from anybody that's old subscribers, anybody from the community, and let me know. Did anybody jump into the short position from yesterday's live stream? Let me know in the comment section right away. Hey man, are you still in that long? No, I got stopped out from my long position at break even. You know the deal. I got someone here asking me, Jim is asking me, am I still in the long? The long position was exactly at this level and got stopped out early this morning. I had my stop loss at break even. So this long position, most of the profits were taken on yesterday's live stream. I took over 60% of the profits from the long and entered the short hedge position. I'm still riding some of that short. Not much, it's about 30% of the short. So overall, out of these two trades, longing and shorting, they are both profitable trades. They are both profitable trades. So yeah, this one's out there. I'm only in the short position. I'm in a swing trade long on Ethereum with a very low capital. But the reason why is I'm in this long for quite a few days. I forgot that I was in this long. It's just there. It's a swing long with a very low leverage, stop loss well below the lows, around about $1,150. It's a swing long because I do think there is something here that is telling me that we should have that reversal, this consolidation. I mean, I don't see anything bearish over for this consolidation. We are in a downtrend, okay? Let's not, but we are creating a higher low right there. So And there is a lot of confluence here that is telling me that Ethereum can potentially pump to 1,400 back up here and even above 1,500 to potentially create that lower high. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I will be bearish as soon as I see Ethereum pumping like this. Okay, because we're basically in a downtrend, we have lower highs, but this is support and we are holding support. We have massive resistance right over here. We talked about this on the latest live streams, right? But this is this is a midterm prediction. This is a midterm analysis. This is a kind of a swing trade, and of course we cannot depend only on Ethereum. We need to take a look at Bitcoin. We need to take a look at DXY. We need to take a look at the S&P 500, the current markets. We're at support. It looks like we're losing support. So there is some risk, of course. There is some risk on this swing trade that I do have here on Ethereum with very low leverage. But, and it's a very small amount of capital, of course. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Let's see if it does play out. Massive resistance from June and July. We did have the spike, of course, on the VPVR. We've created a big massive spike on VPVR right now at this moment because of the couple of weeks that we've been trading here on Ethereum. Massive spike in volume, of course. It was pretty obvious. When you're trading like that sideways, you are going to create a big spike on the volume profile. But we've had this spike over here holding very nicely, the low $1,200 range. So we've got the volume profile, we've got the resistance from June and July, and there's also the bullish Gartley, okay? Bullish Gartley from this low, as you can see, consolidation, the low from the start of the pump to the highs, to the 618 range, to the 618 back here again, and then here to the 7.8 to perfection. We hit that level, which is exactly at $1,230. And yeah, this is, it was pretty insane how these fib levels, if you take a look at Fibonacci from this low to the highs, where is the 7.8? Where is the 7.8? It is exactly at 1,231. If we zoom in right there, we basically hit that level and had the massive bounce. So yeah, Fibonacci is pretty powerful. And of course, the 7.8 was also lining up with the resistance of June and July. So, it was potentially worth to put a limit order. I did not put a limit order. My long position is way above here, around the $1,300 range. Planning to add to position if we do get volatility at this area. But yeah, that was worth a long position just because we got a nice spike on the volume profile. We hit the 7.8. We got resistance from June and July that very likely going to turn into support. You're going to get some type of bounce from this level. We talked about this level since we were trading, at the $1,500 range. You can check out the videos from the 15th, 16th, 17th of September. Talking about this Gartley pattern, talking about the likelihood, that we were going to break this ascending broadening wedge and even come down to this $1,250 range where we should be getting that reaction. We should be getting that bounce. So far, it's playing to the T. And, after this scenario, of course, what follows? Yeah, a potential bounce follows. Now, this doesn't mean, guys, do not get confused, because we're going to get a lot of people being bullish. If Ethereum pumps above 1,400 and even hits 1,500 in the next coming days, potentially, it might be 1 week, it might be 2 weeks. But, yeah, it might. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be bullish. This is the moment that I will be very bearish. I can't be bearish at these massive support levels. I just cannot be bearish here. I'll be bearish once we get that run up to hit the lower high resistance trend line and also the 618 from the highs to the lows. Even 50%, which is at 1,500, that is the level I'm going to start feeling bearish. And monitor the price action to see how we react at this level. Depending on what kind of a reaction we have, I will go short. I'll be taking profits from my swing long. if it doesn't get stopped out, of course. But yeah, it's a very, very strong range. You know, it is a moment to be bearish. You got a big volume profile right there, spike. You know, also large support and resistance. You know, in between 1,500 and 1,600. You know, you could get that volatility at that range, and with that volatility, it's going to get me bearish. So yeah, Tahonas, thanks for the super chat, my man. I lost so much with trendline, I stopped using it. Trend lines, you know, uptrends, you need to be well aware of market structure as well. When we are in a sideways market, then yeah, you're basically looking to short, you know, the high levels and long in the low levels, right? You know, there's no real trend here. So we're looking always, you know, you can arguably discuss have short-term trends. You know, trend lines, if you know how to use them properly, they do work very, 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 very well. Right, you can have a breakout here to the upside, have a little bit of volatility beneath the trend line, then move to the upside. I longed this level over here based on higher lows and Fibonacci level yesterday. Based on the higher lows and based on the bearish Gartley that we should be getting that leg up. You know, just adding a few different patterns and confluence. I was happy to enter a quick long position here at 19,300 to aim to that 19.9k level. Based also on the trend line, you know, it also was giving me that confidence that we are likely to create a higher low at this range to come all the way up here to claim the highs. Yeah, the over market is starting to look more bullish. Very strange, huh? Can you check Algorand, Tahonas? Absolutely, I'm going to take a look at Algorand right away. Thank you, guys. I'm going to take a look at the super chats. I got my moderators here going crazy with the super chat, sexy mustache boss man. Thanks, Scotty, for joining the live stream. Also Racing Pixel and Joseph. Let's take a look here at Algorand for Tahonas, and then I'll go through the next super chat. Of course, guys. But I want to give you a little bit of my opinion, what I see on the market. Give you a little bit of my analysis. Very important. It's going to be a relatively chilled stream on Saturday. Not much volatility is expected, but we can take a look at the major levels for Bitcoin if you do let me have a few minutes. But of course, connecting with the community is most important here for me on YouTube live streams, especially on the weekend. So taking a look at Algorand here, we take a look at the 4 hourly. There's not much to say on Algorand on the higher time frames, but if we do take a look at the 4 hourly, we're in a big massive range at this moment. Big massive range at this moment on Algorand. Funny to see how we claimed these highs. Let me just check out here the fixed range. 1 second. Yeah, we're getting acceptance above the value area high from the trading volume in between June, July, August, and September. So we got one rejection here at the value area high. Now we had a massive pump, and you know, value area high level from the last 4 months is getting acceptance. I mean, there is a possibility in claiming these highs, or have an attempt in claiming them. What can we see here? I mean, we had a breakout here. I mean, it wasn't, you know, there was a breakout. We had a volatility. Of course, if you are longing any kind of bounce of support, you want to take profits at the highs and protect position, because once you have this consolidation right there, guys, at a level, at a high range, you know, this is you don't usually create bull flags, because a lot of people might get confused here and say we're forming a bull pennant, you know, we're going to have continuation to the upside. When you are so close to a resistance level and having these wicks choppy action, this is massive exhaustion. This is not having a successful breakout, and of course you can come back in the range. but most of the people would think this is creating a bullish pennant, not finishing just yet, and that it is going to have that continuation to the upside. Of course, people are longing into the pump, into the consolidation, thinking that we're going to have that leg up, and finally, getting back down below the resistance, that didn't turn into support, stopping out all of those people. So, yeah, we're going to start facing a lot of resistance, even though we try and attempt to hit these highs. It will be starting to hit some big resistance on Algorand. Algorand has a big major level at 37.6 cents range, where it is very likely that it's going to get some kind of consolidation there. If you do see that consolidation, that will be exhaustion, and you're likely to get another corrective move on Algorand, unfortunately. Or depending on how we hit this level, okay? We could hit that level and have a breakout and hit the highs. For the moment, it doesn't look that bad to have a little bit of more momentum to the upside, as we are above the value area high from the volume traded the last 4 months. So we could have a little bit of more, an attempt to move up and probably fail, all depending on what kind of consolidation we do have here at 37.7, 37.8, all depending on how we consolidate at that range. If we do start getting exhausted and start trading there for several hours, then it's likely to get that collapse back down to claim the lows and even break them. Not much big range here, getting a lot of trap traders. Looks like it was breaking resistance, having a lot of choppy action. If I would have traded this, I would have gotten into the first bounce, like I say many times, even though it's not a huge breakout. There is some relatively good volume. You could arguably discuss that this was the nice breakout. You got large volume here, looking at the 1 hourly to the upside. And then, of course, come down to retest here these levels, all right? And just quickly get into a trade and claim the highs, or almost the highs, already taking profits for this scalp with high leverage. But get out. As soon as you test the highs, you want to get out and protect position if you want to hold some small percentage of that position. When you start creating this, this is a bad sign. This is a sign that, you're getting exhausted, especially when you create this lower high, If we would have been at this range, if we would have analyzed the situation, I'm going to say, I would have, 100% said, this is getting exhausted. We are likely to lose these lows, this support. So right now, it is getting a little bit of resistance, but there's more resistance. These highs on Algorand are likely to be claimed, and there is where we're going to face the resistance from this cluster, and the resistance from back here in August. That is the level where, I would potentially short if we do get a consolidation at that range. Not much to add here on Algorand. Lionel, Andy the Legend, thank you very much. You all legends here in the community. So excited for the course, says Father Time. Wow, the course is, I've got a lot of work here. I'm building it up, making videos, going from basic to advanced. It does take time. So being realistic, it's not going to be ready till the end of October. And, once the course is launched, I will be active in Discord every day to connect with the community and help with different questions and different things regarding trading. So I'm actually quite busy with that at the moment. Rock the likes, past 200. You guys rock. 500 people watching the live stream, and we are over 200 likes at this moment. You guys absolutely phenomenal. Thanks very much for the insane support here with the like button. Let me go through the next super chat here from Stuart. He says, Spooky Flocky on Binance Smart Chain is flying. I'm up 6x. Check it. Stay cautious. Stuart, I hope this is not a promotion super chat. Spooky Flocky. Come on, guys. You serious? Yeah, you can make huge gains with these Spooky Flocky. Where is it? Flocky? Spooky? Yeah, it's not even on. Is it Spooky Swap? Spooky Shiba? Yeah, it's not even yet on CoinGecko. So, yeah, stay cautious with this, okay? It's up 6x. This means it's probably going to go down 6x tomorrow. So stay extremely cautious. Yeah, stay extremely cautious with, you know, the comments and people commenting stuff like this, because, yeah, they only want you to buy their token. Hey, Andy, love your TA. Was looking at short on Quant, and can you please have a look at VRA? Absolutely. Let's take a look at VRA, James, for you right away at this moment. You're looking for a short on Quant. QNT. Okay, so shall we take a look at QNT or VRA, I guess? Andy, buenas madrugadas. Bufo, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. If you're looking for a short on QNT, I will take a look at QNT right away. Tahonas, you're welcome, my man. Stay cautious. Algorand is a great project. It has huge investors behind it. It has a huge team. If you want my opinion on Algorand, yeah, it's going to be a very successful blockchain project in the future. It's very likely going to go up in value. It can go down in value in the short term, absolutely, but up in value overall. Let's take a look at QNT right away. And this is going to be a chilled Saturday stream, guys. We're probably not going to see much excitement, all right, on the chart anyway. We're just hovering, trading here. We're just going slightly lower. Overall, from this Gartley pattern from yesterday, you know, yesterday was Friday. We did see some volatility up. You know, everything was pointing out that we were going to have that leg up very, very soon. If we take a look at Fibonacci time, I'm very, very interested in one-to-one extension. You know, if we go from this point to the highest point, from this point to the lowest point, you know, everything indicated, you know, we were at the one-to-one level, and between 1-to-1 and 1.618, you know, is the range where you should be getting that volatility. You either move up or you break down, invalidating the Gartley pattern. But finally, I had that move up. This is why I was doing the live stream at this current moment. Fibonacci time, of course, will be Fibonacci everything will be a section in the course, of course. Let's take a look at QNT. Looking for a short on QNT, and hey, I'm not going to blame you. This does look pretty good for a short. I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look. It's moving up, crazy. It has had some pretty nice price action to the upside. QNT, it's not doing too bad. This is a mid-high cap cryptocurrency. It has been doing pretty good for the last few weeks. You know, pretty nice strong uptrend. We're gonna start facing facing big resistance at this moment. Yeah, it is big resistance right here at this level. The $150 range is a big level that has been respected as support and also as resistance. We are currently just hitting that level. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult right now because you can arguably discuss that you are forming an inverse head and shoulder, right? If we were to create a descending neckline here on Quant, you know, it looks like it is breaking. You know, let's get these higher low trend lines out of the way. We don't need them now. Let me just take a look at volume profile. Beautiful bounce here from the point of control range. Let's take a look at let's take a look at the fixed range from this level. Yeah, it's at the value area high right now. So if we do not count this trading range, I'm counting the trading range since January of this year, right? So it's almost 9 months of trading volume. We're basically at the value area high. I mean, yeah, this is, if anything, when we're going up like this and we're hitting this type of resistance, yeah, I mean, good on you. You know, I'm looking for shorts on Quant. Yeah, this is basically looking for short level, no doubt in my mind. You know, even though it does look like it's a inverse head and shoulder scenario, but it's a very, very poor inverse head and shoulder scenario, in my opinion. With this current bear market situations, a lot of people are going to be looking at this kind of, inverse head and shoulder with this descending neckline and this breakout, this very, very poor breakout. There's higher volume than usual, but we're hitting massive resistance and we're creating this choppy action. This is screaming for a short. It is screaming for a large correction and get all of those people that were bullish exterminated, claiming these lows. It really does. It really does look like it's hitting resistance, value area high from 2022 trading range. I'm going from January 2022, since we broke the support level and been trading here in this big large range. It's basically at the exact resistance value area high. Quant actually can be traded on Bybit. If I do take a look at, I'm sure they have the USDT perpetual. Oh no, they have spot. Well, you can't trade it on Bybit, unfortunately. You can trade spot if you want to accumulate, if you want to buy the actual crypto. That was disappointing. Very likely you can trade it on Binance. Bearish divergence on Quant at the 4-hourly chart, says Mr. Cryptos. Let's take a look at the RSI. I guess this is from the classic RSI indicator. Of course, not an indicator that I use very, very much. But there is bearish divergence on the 4-hourly as we are creating higher highs and we are creating higher highs also on the RSI. Yeah, no bearish divergence on Quant on the 4-hourly if it's looking at the RSI. Because we're basically creating... Okay, on the very, very low time frames, looking at the last few days. Okay. If we do take a look at the last few days, yeah, there is some bearish divergence. Yes. Sorry. I was just looking at the 4-hourly, looking at, for the last few months. But yeah, on the lower time frames, looking at the last few days, there is some bearish divergence. And not an insanely powerful indicator. But yeah, I mean, if you connect more indicators, bearish divergence on the RSI. We're also hitting the value area high from the trading range the entire 2022. And we've also got the, 2021 being massive support also, the $150 range. So yeah, cake is looking a bit weird. What do you all think? Says, I like chicken. I guess the community can give an opinion on that. Can we get your opinion, Andy, on Jasmy? The sell-off has slowed right down. Have we bottomed, do you think? Says Goopy. Let's take a look at Jasmy. Why not? Let's take a look at Jasmy. We're going to take a look at some altcoins here for the community. Today's going to be a community live stream. I don't see much momentum on Bitcoin, guys. Potentially we can retest the C point, which is at 18.8. I would say this after this kind of volatility, we're probably going to manage to break down from the higher low structure scenario, finally losing this low. This low range is holding by a thread. As you can see, I think potentially it can get broken. One of the main reasons why is because we're just lying at support right there. Having attempts to break down is probably going to be lost. Context is more bearish than bullish. And we have, the C point from the Gartley pattern also, which is, you know, the take profit too. You know, it's a potential target also. So yeah, you know, leaning slightly bearish in the short term, even though I do think that we might be holding the ranges here and be bullish. Let's see what happens by Monday, where we are going to see, you know, take a look at, I've subbed and liked, says Goopy. Phenomenal. Let's take a look. We've got a new subscriber here. So let's take a look at, Jasmine. Let's take a look at Jasmine. Oh wow, we finally got a breakdown here from the support level a couple of weeks ago. So wow, yeah, selling. I mean, this one got absolutely destroyed. You know, this one was trading at 35 cents. Absolutely insane. Let me just check here. And this was just 1 year ago, exactly, not even 1 year ago, 11 months ago. And this one dropped. Let me just check here the drop. Absolutely insane. Yeah, 98% in value. Absolutely crazy. Stay cautious with these cryptos. I'm not too sure, you know, these are the kind of cryptos. I have no idea what this crypto is or does or what team is there behind this. But it basically got absolutely exterminated in the bear market. Stay cautious with this. Well, yeah, I'm not sure what language this, but it must be some kind of Korean or Japanese or Chinese. I don't know. Let's take a look. It looks like it's bottomed out. I don't know what to say here. I mean, this does look like it was kind of bottoming out, but yeah, it finally broke down. This is the thing with these altcoins. Stay extremely cautious. This could, you know, these are the type of altcoins that is basically at zero. It was trading at 30 cents 11 months ago, you know, and it's basically at zero at this moment. 0.006 cents. Crazy stuff. I'm not sure what I could say about this, you know. At 31 million market capitalization. Is there a possibility? You know, very hard to say on these cryptos, you know, highly manipulated cryptocurrencies. You know, you could get that breakout from this resistance and, you know, and create a higher low and continue to the upside and have a little bit of bullish momentum in the short term. But overall, yeah, I'm not trading this. I wouldn't trade this. Sony are involved in Jasmine. Okay, well, yeah, maybe. It's Korean, says Joseph. Thanks for that. Joseph knows his Korean. I'm still in my long Andy from $18,300. So why are you in this long? Was it a long that we talked about? $1,300 from a long position right over here. Absolutely phenomenal. Why not hold it? Why not hold it and protect position? Hi Andy, I'm currently in a long on Avalanche from 17.1. Would appreciate your thoughts. Let's take a look at that. Jasmine looks like it's just selling off. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to take a look at Avalanche right away. I can see some other requests here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Because I have someone here. Joe is in a long on Avalanche from 17.1. So let's take a look at AVAX. Right away, guys. And let's zoom out a little bit here on Avalanche. A long time since I haven't checked out Avalanche. Okay, let me just get the volume profile right at this moment. Massive point of control here at the lows on Avalanche at the $16. So you're saying that you are long here. You are long here from 17.1. You are long from 17.1. Let me just check here something. Let me just check here a few things. 7, 8. Right, I like the point of control right there. From the volume traded the last few months. So we get the fixed range. Point of control is all the way down here, and we at the value area low. I mean, I gotta say, this is basically at very strong support levels. It's at very good support levels. Let's take a look at the short term, because I can see you're in a long position from 17.1. Stay cautious. You could get a little bit of more volatility here, depending on how market opens for next week. But there is no doubt that we are very at strong support ranges. Okay, which is, this range over here. We've got some beautiful, nice higher lows right there, exactly at the $16, $17 range, managing to hold that support. And we've got the point of control from the volume traded, right? Point of control is right there. So is there a possibility? You say that you're long from, long from 17.1. So let's zoom in here on the 1 hourly time frame on Avalanche. Question is, why are you long on this from 17.1? That is the question. So you long from this range. Yeah, Yeah, I just see very boring sideways action here. I mean, there is a possibility in coming and having a pump a little bit, at least to retest some fib levels from this drop. Okay, we just hit the 382 to perfection, which is, most of, it's 75% of the times is retested from a major drop. So that one was tested. I would say that 50% is also very likely to be tested in the next coming days, or maybe 1 or 2 weeks. This is the 4 hourly chart, but there is also a possibility in claiming the lows first. Not sure. I don't understand why you are in a long position. You could probably give me your opinion in the comment section. A potential pattern, a potential. But I don't see much here. I don't see much. Just a very, very volatile sideways action market at this moment for the last couple of weeks. Not much to say on Avalanche. I don't mainly trade altcoins. The only cryptos I trade 85% of the times is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very rarely I'll jump into some altcoin trading. But yeah, let's take a look. Longed on a short time frame support trend line. So you longed on a short term support trend line. So if we go to the short time frames, I guess 15 minute potentially. So okay, well, I guess you would have longed. Did you long? If we go to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, all depending on where your take profit is. But stay cautious. This price action is looking bearish. You're creating lower highs, sorry. And, lower lows are getting tested, You have a low here that hasn't been claimed yet. Stay extremely cautious. Lower time frames does look slightly bearish. I'm not sure where you longed. This is the 17.15, 17.1. If you're long in scalping these ranges, you know where you want to take profits. You want to take profit at the highs or almost claiming the highs. So if you're long here, you taking profits at the highs and protecting position, or take all of the profits. If you're long in here, the same scenario. You're almost hitting the highs here, take profits. You're probably hitting the 618. Take profits at the 618. You know, stay cautious. Unless you longed right over here. Yeah. Right, let's take a look. Metis and Ocean, please. What can we talk about on Metis? I mean, lower time frames. I think Metis will be entering a large accumulation scenario for maybe many months. It's been range trading now since June. You know, it went all the way down to $20, went up to $45, then back down to the $20 range. You know, this is going to be a boring market, guys. It's very likely going to be a boring market. You know, this does feel on all of these altcoins. This feels like late 2018, right? It does look like late 2018. You know, in best chart, I'm going to always say it's just going to be very likely a boring market. You're probably going to see a little bit of more downside, and you are probably going to see some small pumpy actions, right? This does remind me of 2018. Best chart to see here is ADA. So you're probably going to see some, you know, disbelief rallies, some price action to the upside, but we're basically at this range at this moment. We can see a little bit of more dumpy action, you know, a little bit of pumpy action in the next coming months, but then back down again, you know, very, very boring, you know, sideways action market. And I think, you know, Metis is going to experience something like this in the next coming months. So, yeah, there's not much to analyze on Metis. You know, we are here for trading, basically. I don't see many trading opportunities. I just see that Metis is in a nice accumulation phase at this moment. That is going to take a long time. But basically the $20 range, you know, make it go down to $10, make it go up to $30. This range is going to be good for accumulation, as L2s will be an important role in the next bull run, as you know, fees are going to go high on Ethereum again. We're going to need these you know, layer 2 blockchain solutions. So yeah, I'm putting a high bet on Metis that is going to be like the Matic 2.0. And not much to add on that. For trading, it's just going to be a lot of sideways action, boring price action. Polkadot, please, says Alexander. Absolutely, let's take a look at Polkadot. Crypto Rocker says, dumb question. No dumb questions. No dumb questions ever. You know, just, you know, there's people more experienced, less experienced, people that don't know stuff. I don't know a lot of things still. So, yeah. Never say that, don't worry. When you say take profit, do you mean sell the entire position? I bought 2 Ethereum at 1,285. Do I sell them both at the top of the trend? Well, when is the top of the trend? You know, where is the top of the trend? If you bought Ethereum, it all depends on, you know, if it's going to be for the long run. If you're trying to do a little bit of arbitrage, you know, a little bit of buying and selling, you need to do a lot of technical analysis. If you're not using leverage trading, you know, if you're only buying on spot and holding it, yeah, I mean, I would say wait for a few years, you know, wait for the recovery of the bear market and accumulate. If you're doing short-term buying and selling, you know, if you bought at $1,280, yeah, you could arguably discuss that. I would wait for a potential run up. You know, I do think that we are going to hit 1,500 maybe in the, you know, 1-2 weeks. Yeah, there is a possibility. There is a high possibility for me. So yeah, if it's buying on spot, I would just say wait for better profits in the next coming years. You know, we could see the bear market extend in the next coming months with the possible recession, you know, 2023. And, you know, it doesn't look that good. So yeah, I think, you know, while we're going down, start accumulating, because this market will recover. I'm trying to buy and sell, says Crypto Rocker. Well, best thing you could do is, as soon as you pump, a nice percentage above this range. I mean, this is a very, very hard question. Are we going to, where should I sell? You should be using at least basic technical analysis. But for the short term, I would say just learn technical analysis, and then you would find out where to buy and sell. If it's going to be in days, it's not worth it because there's not much volatility and we are in a bear market. So if you're looking to buy and sell spot, you are in a difficult market at this moment, as we are in a downtrend. So better leverage trading, like leverage short, leverage long with low leverage, but absolutely learn how to leverage on platforms first before you do any big mistakes. Will you be going long on the break of the long-term bear trend on some alts? Looking historically, it looks like a no-brainer on open prep. Yes, I mean, it all depends. It all depends on stock market. It all depends, the S&P 500, you like it or not, we do have a large correlation still with the traditional stock market. S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, the traditional stock market. Bitcoin has a high correlation with the stock market. If you take a look here at the highs from the stock market, we did create a higher high here in December of 2021, and November also we were very, very close to the all-time highs here on the S&P 500. We've been in a massive downtrend since December of 2021. This is basically when we were starting the bear market, aggressively from the all-time highs on Bitcoin and a lot of the altcoins. So yeah, there's massive correlation, and S&P 500 at this moment is holding by a thread by a key support trend line. Okay, as soon as we start breaking this level over here, our drop is going to be very aggressive down to the 3,350 points, and it's also very likely going to have massive continuation to the downside. So yeah, it's basically holding by a thread, and I do think that fall will happen, being it next week or being in the next 2 months, if we do have a relief rally here. If we relief rally on the stock market, I'm going to go incredibly short here on Prime XBT, live or on the videos, on video updates or on the live stream. I will, put an emergency warning live stream on me going short if we do manage to have a relief rally to the 3,800, 3,900 points on the S&P 500, starting to hit big major resistance at this level, and I will plan to ladder in heavily into a short position at this big range over here. Are we going to get that relief rally? Probably not. We're going to start breaking. There is a possibility, as we are holding by a thread as support. Let's see Monday. Monday will be very interesting if we're going to have a gap to the downside or a gap to the upside, or we're still going to be in this range of 3,600 points. If we have a gap to the upside, it will look pretty good for a larger relief rally. That larger relief rally is just going to be a lower high, in my personal opinion. Very likely just to be a lower high. So if we do start trading at the 3,800, 3,900 points in the next week or in 2 weeks, I will go extremely short on that level. If we do get that relief rally, we'll be starting to hit big resistance zones, such as the volume profile. We got a large spike here on the volume profile at this level. Okay, it is actually the point of control. If we do take a look at the entire 2021 and 2022 price action, the point of control is exactly at 3,900 points. So if we were to have that relief rally to that level, we're going to start hitting some important fib levels, 382, 618 from this spike over here. It's just going to be a massive level to short. Of course, this is going to be a swing short position. This is going to take several weeks till I potentially take profits, if this were to play out. A good stop loss would be behind the trend line here of lower highs. But anyway, we're not sure if that's going to happen. We'll be updating this on the live streams. If that does happen, I do see Bitcoin having a large relief rally in some altcoins, but this is just going to create lower highs on Bitcoin and a lot of the altcoins. But I will be shorting. I am looking to short on PrimeXBT. PrimeXBT, they do have S&P 500. They do have Dow Jones, natural gas. They have a huge amount of different assets. They have commodities. They have gold, silver. And I am, the last trade I did here was in natural gas. Closed it in some pretty nice profits. Been showing you why I was bearish on natural gas, and I was happy with the profits that I had here and closed them. No positions open here. I'll need to analyze properly the S&P 500 or another asset. It's likely going to be the S&P 500 to see what kind of trade I'm going to jump into for a swing trade. Check out PrimeXBT, guys. It's an incredible platform where you can trade multiple different assets apart from crypto, and you are using crypto as collateral. You can use stable coins, USDT, USDC as collateral. Remember, you do get an insane bonus down below, okay? It's 7% added to your deposit, up to $7,000, okay? If you deposit $100,000, you get $7,000 on top of your deposit. Only for experienced traders, please. Trading is extremely risky, as you know. Let's take a look. Is anyone shorting the US dollar? US dollar seems still quite bullish. DXY. But if you are interested in buying, these other different, these different currencies that are getting destroyed against the US dollar. And I have actually seen that some countries in Europe, and other countries worldwide, they're actually, having more inflation. They're actually having more quantitative easing, which is crazy. It looks like they're gonna fall a little bit more against the dollar. So yeah, but this is the time if you want to buy the British pound. These are levels you want to probably buy British pound, but I'm not too sure how much lower it's going to collapse. I think eventually they will recover against the US dollar. But yeah, obviously it's going down. If you believe that the British pound is going to recover in the next coming months and years, which I do strongly believe, yeah, these are levels to start buying these currencies. But yeah, it does make sense to be, bearish on the DXY. Maybe not just yet. We are still in a parabola. On my Twitter account, I did post this, and explaining that, the DXY is in a massive parabolic move. You can see it right over here. Parabolic moves don't go up forever. This is looking at the 3-day chart. There will be a moment that this parabolic move is going to break down. Of course, we're still inside the parabola. So being bearish in the parabolic move at this moment is, it's a little bit crazy. It's like being bearish when you're having a massive big, it's just shooting up still. So, the potentially DXY is going to continue up still. Once we start losing this parabola, it's going to be the time to extremely accumulate Bitcoin. I'm going to extremely accumulate Bitcoin as soon as we lose momentum here from this parabolic move. Because when DXY is bearish, you can see here March of 2020 is when we had the start of the ultimate bull run on Bitcoin. It was the bottom basically after the crash. DXY started to correct, okay? The dollar index started to have a massive correction for several months, and Bitcoin went absolutely crazy, of course. Now, of course, we are in this massive aggressive bear market, but there will be a moment that it will shift, guys, in the next coming months or maybe 1 or 2 years. We don't really know the exact timing. This parabolic move could still continue for the next coming months. So yeah, but it is starting. This is scary. This is moments to start being very aware. When you have such a parabolic move on any kind of chart, any kind of asset in the world, anything that is charted, when anything goes up like this, you know the deal, guys. What comes after going up like this? You have a immediate direct crash down. Not immediately, of course. You know, it's going to be months potentially, but yeah, you know, the more the parabolic it goes, the more steep the crash is going to be. So yeah, I would stay cautious, you know, in between this year, next year. You know, yes, okay, fine. DXY is going to go up, is going up, and it's probably going to go further up. But there will be a moment that the crash is going to be epic on the dollar index. And this is when Bitcoin is going to absolutely melt faces and go extremely, extremely parabolic also to the upside. So it's the times to be prepared, guys. It's the times this year, next year. It's the time to accumulate. I'm accumulating every single week, getting ready for the next run, be it in 1 year, be it in 3 years. The Brexit clowns need to BOE to act as a childminder. Yes, Nick. Please check RSI. Why it is pumping? Well, let's take a look at RSI right away. Okay. I'm just giving a little bit of chit chat, guys. Today's Saturday. We're not seeing much volatility. Volatility was yesterday, guys. Yesterday was the trading movements. You know, we're gonna get ready tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be having tomorrow I'm gonna do a live stream, getting ready with the levels. Okay, getting ready with levels, getting ready with potential trading opportunities. But yesterday, guys, yesterday was a nice day. Yesterday entered that short live, managed to make that live stream. Pumped to 19.9k, you know, slightly above $20,000 even. Entering that short on the live stream, guys. You know, yesterday was the volatility, right? It was Friday. It was the end of, you know, of the day. It was midday approximately. Getting that last volatility. Saturday, this is what you get, guys. This is what you get on a Saturday. You have that move down here late Friday. And Saturday is just a bunch of range trading. You know, pump, dump, you know, it's just not going to be much of a huge price action. Overall, it does look like that, you know, we could lose, there's higher probability in losing the lows here in the short term, in my opinion. But yeah, not trading. I'm still got my short trade open here, so a small percentage. You know, leave it open during the weekend, taking profits. You know, chill out, guys. Chill out on the weekend. Tomorrow, Sunday, we are going to have long term from Bitcoin cryptos. RSR, please, Andy, for the community. Yes, let's take a look at RSR. BTC trading weekends seems always flat. Yeah, most of the times you do see some weekends having some volatility, but let's take a look at RSI. But yeah, I'm not going to trade. I still have a trade open. It's been an incredible week. So yeah, just enjoy your week, guys. Enjoy your weekend, sorry. RSR pumping. Yeah, RSR is getting a little bit of pumpy action. Whoa. What is going on? RSR. It's at resistance. It's at resistance at this moment. Can RSR be traded on Bybit? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Of course, I would be a little bit cautious here on shorting the pump. Of course, you know, it's having relatively good volume, but look at this pump over here. You know, what's going on with RSI? It's pumping like crazy. Bang, smack back down. So yeah, that's what I would expect here at this resistance zone. You know, potentially a little bit of more momentum and another smack to the downside. Even though, I mean, it does look like a kind of an accumulation scenario. I mean, this does look pretty sick, actually. You know, these hidden Gartley patterns. There's a little bit of too much price action here to the upside, but you could arguably discuss, you know, this big massive pump right there. You know, you got different lows here to get, but yeah, you basically created a Gartley pattern right there because you're hitting the 7/8 to perfection. And we're just hitting take profit 2 right now. You know, that was a relatively good long position on RSR. The timing also, if you were to collect this low or this low, you know, it's a little bit of too much choppy action. But basically, you're holding here this level and having this lower high. This is the moment you want to be very aware of coming down to the 7-8 to perfection almost from the lowest point of May. And this Gartley pattern played out pretty nicely on RSR. Now you are hitting the take profit 2 zone. You are hitting major resistance. So I would stay cautious on RSR. If anything, you know, I would be looking for shorts. Stay cautious because this is actually, you know, pumping as we speak. You know, this pump just happened right now. But it's already getting a massive rejection. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Whew. Yeah, let's see how. I would wait to see how we create volatility here in the next coming hours, maybe in between today and tomorrow. If it does have a, you know, consolidation, claims the highs and you know, creates slightly higher highs and massive wicks, I do see a large correction happening on RSR. Very likely. Let's take a look. You know, we're basically at value area high. Let me just take a look at, get the VPVR out of the way and take a look at this range. Oh no, it's actually broke the value area high from, you know, going back from May. Yeah, even though it's the value area high being broken, you know, we are hitting resistance, as you can see here on the chart. It's an important range here that has been rejected several times. I would stay cautious. I would wait to see what kind of price action we do create in the next coming couple of days, because if we start getting this kind of price action at the resistance zone, it might be worth a short position and get your stop loss above the last wick and get at the highest level possible to have a good risk to reward trade. So I would monitor the price action. Stay extremely cautious. It is pumping like crazy, but we're pumping into resistance. We're not breaking a resistance with this pump. So just stay extremely cautious. Guys, this is going to be it for the live stream. Thanks for smashing the like button. Thanks for joining. Probably a lot of people got boring, but we don't have volatility, guys. There's no major big stuff happening, you know. I wouldn't trust much breakdowns or breakups here. It's just going to be sideways action. Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll be doing over a 1 hour live stream, getting ready on Bitcoin for those levels, getting ready for that Monday open of the market, the whales coming in, looking for that volatility, patterns, volume, support, resistance, ranges. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, because we will be getting ready tomorrow for those trading opportunities, and I'll be sharing, of course, what are the trading scenarios that I am looking for. Remember that you do have some insane bonuses down below if you want to claim them. Okay, if you are experienced on Bybit, $4,380, Prime XBT up to $7,000 by using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. You're getting 7% added to your deposit. And of course, check out Bitcoinsensus website. We do post every single day technical analysis ideas, okay, here. So check it out. The link is down below in the description. We've got our socials also, Twitter, Telegram. We've got an insane community in the Telegram group. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, moderators, Racing Pixel, Scotty, Joseph was around also. Thank you, guys. Not much. Sorry. Price action is boring. It is the weekend. Chill out. Have a great weekend, and let's get ready tomorrow for next week's trading momentum. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.